What is? Oh, I don't even have my headphones plugged in. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? We got a big time, like some big time news dropping right now. Klay Thompson sticking around in, or excuse me, not sticking around, going to the Dallas Mavericks. So definitely unfortunate news there for the Lakers. Let's see. I want to see if we are. Sorry, guys. 1 sec. I want to make sure that we are good on the YouTube side. Trying this out on my end. That's kind of mean on their end. Hold on, wait. 1 sec. This is my first time officially like doing the own shit on my own side. So I want to make sure that we are not. Yeah, we're live. There we go. Got it set up. We're all set on playback. Let's go. How's the YouTube side going? Let's put this out there one more time. All right. Klay Thompson to the Golden State Warriors. Guys, really quickly, if you guys are joining me, first off, thank you guys a lot for hopping in. I do think it is admittedly kind of hilarious that I guess I'm streaming live at the same time as Laker Nation, but oh well, I guess I don't know how to react to that. I think Klay is happy with no income tax. Probably so this whole thing is interesting. Let me pull up the newsbreaker tab, if you will, so we can keep up with everything. We're gonna try to get some special guests on here as well. Nick Batum goes to the Clippers. Okay, I guess I missed that. So we're here. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in on YouTube and on playback. You guys are awesome. If you guys are joining on playback for the first time, make sure you guys do hit that follow or subscribe. Honestly, forget how playback calls it, but whatever it is called, make sure you guys do me that big solid for me. But why aren't you with Trevor right now? Again, I genuinely did not know Trevor was going live. So, yeah, I mean, I sorry, I guess, but so with Klay going to Klay Thompson going to Dallas. That's interesting. I was talking with Ron obviously last night on the live stream on my channel, SportsHeadlines show. I'll put the link in the chat if you guys haven't subscribed already. But we were talking last night. I was like, that the fit just doesn't make a ton of sense to me with Dallas, because Jason Kidd, for one, I guess in Jason Kidd's defense, he hasn't ever had, that type of a player, but he just doesn't seem like the fit in a very Luka-centric, offense, right? It sucks, I guess, for the Lakers, right, to miss on Klay, and you really, really want to see some news like drop like right now for if you're a Laker fan. But at the end of the day, there's worse things that happened. And the deal. So the deal, I think it was Woj that broke it, 3-year, $50 million. So that is a little bit more. Oh, wow. And it's a sign and trade, a multi-team signing trade. I did not even notice that. So it's a sign and trade too, which I think it was Daniel might have made the point. I don't have Daniel's thing pulled up. But I think it was Daniel's point that, hey, like, it sucks. But it wasn't Daniel, somebody else on Twitter. It might have been Cranges or somebody that made the point that was like, hey, look, this probably means they didn't really want to move off of D'Lo and or Rui to make sure they brought in Clay, which I guess I understand that logic, but I think Laker fans right now just really, really want to see the Lakers make an actual deal. And yeah, I mean, as predicted, Woj says that LeBron's probably going to take the full max now. Yeah, I kind of figured that. At this point. Hold on one sec. Let me put something out here. Let's put something out here. But yeah, I hope this shit doesn't go through. Bro wants the entire the trade to fall apart. Let's plug the channel here right fast. Got a bunch of great content on the way for you guys. I was attempting to get a Brooklyn Nets rebuild done, and then immediately as I was entering year 3, I think I signed Jason Tatum, and it just crashed. The game crashed, and yeah, but yeah, Woj does report. I think we had another Shams update. D'Anthony Melton signs a 1-year, $12.8 million contract to stick around in Golden State. Not sure why it didn't update on my end then. I know he just posted it. Huh, that's odd. Yeah, that's typo on the link. Huh. Hold on, wait. Let me repost it. Let me resend the link then, if there is a typo. But that is the correct link. That should be the correct link. But yeah, D'Anthony Melton. He's fine. There's the update on the timeline. There we go. When D'Anthony Melton's healthy, I guess that's fine. But he's never healthy, so I don't really have like that much of a reaction to it, to be honest with you, because he is so injury prone, and that's kind of a weird signing, if we're being completely honest with you all, because if that's the response to Clay going, I mean, sure. Matthew on YouTube says, is DeRozan for the MLE better than Clay for 3 for 50 plus the assets we need to give up? Probably, yeah. That's probably a better deal, all things to be considered. Let's see. Get that money, Braun. Yeah. Braun is so picky up that option now, right? Or not picking up the option, but Braun's so taking that 3-year massive contract. I don't even remember what the exact the exact number was for that deal. Wasn't Anthony Melton like top 10 in POA defense metric per B-ball index? Probably. Yeah, but again, Anthony Melton just can't stay healthy. That's the biggest problem with Anthony Melton. It's that he's just never able to stay healthy, if in all things, like being serious there. He just can't stay healthy. DeMar is still an option, right? Yes, DeMar is still an option, I believe. I still think DeMar DeRozan is an option. All right, guys. I try to check out something. Let's get back on my actual mic there. So yeah, that's my bad. I accidentally clicked out for a quick sec. But yeah, D'Anthony Melton, when he's healthy, he's a really, really good defender, but he's just never consistently able to stay healthy. So that's the one thing there. Once again, guys, if you guys are just now tuning in, please do me a big favor and become a member. Would really, really appreciate that. Even if you're just visiting, hit that membership button or whatever it's called here. Aaron Holiday staying with Houston. So now we're starting to see a lot of moves coming in. This is what I predicted last night. I said, hey, look, Paul George signs last night, which he did. And you'll start to see a lot of the dominoes fall. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now. The dominoes are starting to fall a little bit more now. And let's go. Let's buckle up. Hopefully while we're streaming, the Lakers will actually do something here. And once again, guys, Warriors about to give up everything for Lauri. I think they kind of have to, right? The Warriors at this point probably need to just offer a bag for Lauri Markkanen. I don't know. I don't know what he does. What's the deal, Chad? What's the deal for Klay Thompson? What are you if you are the Warriors right now and you're looking at this situation? What deal are you offering them? Is it like Kuminga? Well, we could come back. Let's go to Spot Track and see if we could get a deal done for Lauri Markkanen from the Warriors' perspective. We're gonna be doing playback streams on my channel a lot more this year, so that we can do some other games and things of that nature. Pods maybe. Let's see, Golden State and Utah. Yeah, Utah probably immediately wants. I keep forgetting that Lauri isn't incredibly expensive right now. Yeah, Lauri, I keep forgetting. He's not incredibly expensive. Trade Lauri to Golden State. Then, yeah, you're looking at all your depth. Lauri, I mean, it's Kuminga. It's probably Kuminga, Moody, and Pods, if we're being completely honest here. Get this ad out of the way. That's probably what it is. If Klay was to come in the mid-level, it's not worth it. And Golden State. Golden State's giving up money, I think. No, they're not. Outgoing cap. What did Ant do? So, yeah, that's interesting. And then Golden State pick wise, you're probably trading like 27, 29. I wish 31 was on here, but we'll trade 30 as a swap. So like Lauri Markkanen for Kuminga, Moody, Pods. I mean, you might have to do all the picks. I don't think it's not even gonna let us do that. But swap, yeah, like that's probably what you're gonna look at. Lakers versus haters, Anthony Irwin. It's cooked, bro. What did Ant say? What did he do? What did Ant do? Yeah, but yeah. What do you guys think about this, dude? Do you guys think if you are Utah? Let's do this from both angles. If you're Utah and Golden State says 2 first unprotected, 2 swaps, Pods, Moody, Kuminga for Lauri Markkanen. If I'm Utah, I'm saying yes, I think. If anybody's saying no, I think it's honestly Golden State, because if I'm Golden State, I'm giving up every single asset I have, like positive asset I have, for a roster that's ultimately going to be Steph. I mean, Steph, Dre, and Markkanen kind of moves me, but the rest of this roster stinks. So yeah, and I don't know if Steph is in 2024 enough of a needle mover to that can carry this roster. So if I'm Golden State, I probably say no. I don't even love Kuminga in Utah, especially if they're trying. That's a good point. So you don't love Kuminga? Honestly, I don't see a deal getting done unless you're just taking back Wiggs. I mean, I guess you could do Kuminga for salary, maybe. So let's take so now you're looking at Gary Payton, Moses Moody, Pods, and those picks for Lauri. Does that intrigue you guys a little bit more? Let's see what the YouTube side thinks, because that's honestly what's good. Cam, DeMar DeRozan is still an option, but I think that's a semi-realistic trade where I still don't feel good. At this point, I'm accepting a sell and picks from the Spurs for who? Well, what's the deal there? What package are we looking at right there? The chat, the YouTube side at least is, I'm sorry, Twitter is not very happy. This Dallas roster, though, low key does move me. Even though, again, I don't like the fit with Clay there, but it's Luka. You have Luka, Kyrie, Clay, Quentin Grimes, Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Najee Marshall, PJ Washington. Like, that team is solid. That's a good team. That and I think they have to make some changes in terms of philosophy. Yeah, Reddick, I just saw my boy Rome. Shout out to the Den. I just saw his reaction to that. Yeah. The Laker timeline is definitely not happy about that deal. Do I think they're top 10 defensively? Dallas? No, because I think they're probably starting Clay, which does not excite me at all. So their starting 5 now is probably, man, please, Dallas, don't start Clay. I really hope they didn't sign Clay to start him. Granted, they probably did, but I don't know, man. That would just make me so much less interested in getting Clay if I have to promise especially for Dallas. If I have to promise to start you, that makes me a little bit uninterested. I'm not gonna lie, because this starting 5 of Luka, Kyrie, Clay in 2024 is not that's easily going to be one of the worst lineups in basketball. Where at the very least, if they went Luka, Kyrie, Najee, PJ, and Lively, like, that lineup is a lot better, right? Where your true defensive liability is Luka there in 2024, and then like Kyrie, you can kind of like give him an easier role defensively with that group. Where if you go with Luka, Kyrie, Clay, PJ, Derek Lively, or PJ, Daniel Gafford, you're putting a lot on Kyrie and Clay there. You're putting a whole lot on Kyrie and Clay. And I don't think that's necessarily fair. Now, chat does make a good point, right? That you probably have to do that because, I think that's maybe the only way that deal gets done, which you're probably right, but man, I don't feel good. Once I do my power ranking series, my thoughts about the Mavericks defense is going to depend on if they start Klay Thompson or not. Because Klay Thompson off the bench I think that's how you maximize Klay in 2024. Be an elite bench player, especially in Dallas. I think they're gonna run more creative offensive actions this season now that they're getting Klay. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the Klay Thompson thing to Dallas personally. That's where I'm at. I think that it's an overreaction from Laker fans. If they get DeRozan plus whatever they do with D'Lo and potentially Rui, could still move the needle. How do they get DeMar though at this point? Like, honestly, how do they get DeMar? Because if DeMar's a free agent. So if LeBron's taking what he probably should take, which is the full max, how does DeMar DeRozan end up in LA? LeBron has to still be okay with the pay cut and giving them MLE. I don't think Braun is okay with the pay cut now. I think Braun's just going to take his money and say, make some damn trades. So I think DeMar is a pipe dream at this point. Yeah, I'm agreeing with Revived. I don't think he ends up I don't know where DeMar ends up. I'm not even confident in saying DeMar ends up with the Clippers either anymore. Because if he ends up with the Clippers have been kind of busy in terms of the deal. I don't know how the Clippers get him now, or unless the Clippers are a cap space team, and I don't think they are. So yeah, I don't really know how the Clippers. Not really sure how the Clippers. So really quickly, this is the Lakers roster right now, which is completely full, including LeBron. D'Lo, Gabe, JHS, Bronny, Reeves, Max Christie, LeBron, Don Connect, Cam Reddish, Max Lewis, Rui, Vando, AD, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. That roster is mid as hell. I'm sorry. That's not a good team. I mean, like, they'll be a play-in team again, and maybe if JJ's really, really good, they're like a 6 seed, but you have to make a deal. Jackson asks, do I think that Rob needs to be fired? This is a hot seat year for sure. If this isn't a hot seat year for Rob Pelinka, what the hell are we doing, LA? Like, Rob Pelinka needs to be on the hot seat. I'm not even going to go as far as to say straight up fire him, but he needs to be on the hot seat. Like, you're an unserious franchise if Rob Pelinka is not on the hot seat at this point. Where how many times are we going to go after these big name free agents, and every single time it's, oh yeah, this guy is linked to the Lakers, and all of a sudden a deal never happens. We've been doing this the entire Rob Pelinka era. Paul George, Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, like, dog, we've been through this cycle. The lack of hitting singles and things of that nature. Like, guys, he needs to be on the hot seat. The Westbrook trade. The Darvin hire and firing in terms of like just not taking accountability whatsoever. Like, Rob Pelinka needs to be on the hot seat. I'm not even going to say fire him right now, but he choosing THT over Alex Caruso when, for starters, you never had to make a concrete choice. You could have just said, you could have brought back both, honestly. The player options. The biggest downfall of Rob Pelinka as a general manager is, and I love the baseball comparison. Trevor always says get hitting singles. He doesn't get on base. Like, some of this stuff is like legitimate walks. Like, the pitcher is throwing the pitch 12 feet out of the strike zone, and Rob Pelinka is still swinging. Like, why are we giving Jackson Hayes and Cam Reddish player options? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why do we not, bro? It's Javi Baez. Why do we not give Max Christie a third year on his rookie contract? Now you're paying him a year early. Chris Haynes just brought up DeRozan as the Lakers' likely next target. If that's the case, then Braun has to be willing to take the pay cut still, which would be a contradiction to what Woj just said. Which I mean, I'm all for it if you can get DeRozan, but I just don't think it's happening now. And maybe I'm being pessimistic, but I don't think it happens. But we'll see. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I meant with Rob. Rob in general is probably fine. Like, he's a very mid free agent. He's a very mid general manager, and you could definitely get worse than Rob, but there's a lot better than Rob too. If he pulls Laurie off, will you take him off the hot seat? At this point, it depends on the deal. It depends on the deal. Like, if it's Rui, JHS, and all the picks, sure. Because I think that's just such an incredible value. Now, here's the downside of the marketing deal. And another is why I don't think Golden State I guess Golden State could do it. But the thing with Laurie that you have to take into consideration is you immediately have to pay Laurie, essentially. You immediately have to pay Laurie. You think I'm being pessimistic to me? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Wait, pessimistic with which regard? DeMar? If it happens, I'll be excited, probably. My thing with DeMar is, though, like, I don't think the fit, and this is something Lakers versus haters said it on playback. I don't know why, like, the chat isn't popping up from playback on YouTube. Man, that's something I have to fix that. Like I said, first stream, so I do appreciate everybody for hopping in. Let's do this. Anybody that is watching on YouTube, do me a big favor. And, well, never mind. AD is the real depoy did it. So shout out to AD is the real depoy. If you're on YouTube, do me a big favor and subscribe here on playback, and then do the same thing if you're on YouTube, honestly, right? Subscribe to, if you're on playback, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're going to be doing a lot more of these, playback streams this season. Not just Lakers related. I want to actually get into and do like a weekly, like game of the week type vibe, if you will, right? Where we're live here on playback once a week, maybe even twice a week, to just watch a random game and just talk hoops. So, yeah, make sure you guys do me a big favor there and subscribe to both platforms. DeRozan is an average defender. Yeah, DeRozan is better for sure. I think the Warriors have to do it. Laurie is only 26. And then maybe the argument for Golden State, I think the argument for Golden State too is you just kind of have to, because you want to make sure that you treat Steph the right way in his final years, in his final years as a player, right? That sounded really, really dark for a second, right? His final years as a player, you kind of have to. We can wait here a little bit longer, see if we get any other deals that come through. Also, another idea I was thinking of, chat. Let me know what you guys think. I'll probably hop back on here a little bit later on in the afternoon. I might hop in with Trev in just a sec. But another idea is we do a weekly NBA related live show, like ahead of the game, something like that. Me and my boy, and we'll just talk about the league. We'll go live once a week, maybe like on a Saturday or something, and we'll just talk about around the league and things like that. This will be during the season. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that idea as well. Blake says I'm also being very optimistic, excuse me. A sign and trade has to be 3 years before an option or something. So Keith is saying essentially that the Clay deal doesn't potentially make sense. Hopefully I talk a lot about OKC. I'm getting a lot of shit on Twitter right now for like loving OKC. I'm not a fan of Jeremy Grant. Do you think he moves the needle at all? I would have loved Jeremy Grant and combined next to Clay. I would have loved Jeremy Grant a ton next to Clay. I don't love Jeremy Grant by himself, but I think this is the point some of the chat's making now. Like, I mean, you kind of have to. Like, it's better. He's a way better player than anybody up on the roster right now. That is not me being pessimistic. That's just a fact. Jeremy Grant or DeRozan. I know one is a trade and the other is a free agent. I think Jeremy Grant's the more likely option, if that answers the question. There we go. We got the chat pulled up now on YouTube. Or maybe the chat was always pulled up on YouTube. I was just missing it. But don't give up 2 firsts for Grant. Yeah, I'm not giving up 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant. I think the biggest reason why I'm not giving up 2 firsts is because that contract sucks, right? But like, to play devil's advocate for the Lakers standpoint, yes, the contract sucks. We can kind of talk yourself into the contract in some ways, because if you get Jeremy Grant in the building, and then by the time Braun leaves, assuming Braun takes the full max, by the time Braun leaves, Jeremy Grant will only have 2 years left on that deal, I think. So then Jeremy Grant, you play out 1 more year with Jeremy Grant, and he's an expiring contract, and that deal is a whole lot better. So, like, sure, in the short term, it's going to look really, really bad, but you can kind of talk yourself into that contract, at least a little bit. And maybe I'm now getting overly optimistic, because, yes, that contract is, like, disgusting, but I do think you can kind of talk yourself into it a little bit. What will be the starting lineup if DeMar DeRozan ends up in LA? I think you kind of similar situation, and maybe no, maybe you don't have to do this, but I fully anticipate Rob Pelinka to do this. I think they're going to offer DeMar DeRozan the starting spot if DeRozan comes to LA, which means I think please trade D'Lo, because then if it's Austin DeRozan, Jeremy Grant, Braun, AD, what do you guys think about that? Austin Reeves, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron, Jeremy Grant, AD. I don't know about that one. I'm with Lakers. Like, it's fine. It's all right. That five. Andy says that five. That five works. That's so mid. It bumped you up 1C. Okay, so the chat does not like that lineup. Okay. I kind of like starting Max there and defensively, that's a much better upgrade. So if you're starting 5 defensively, it's Austin, Max Christie, Jeremy Grant, Braun, AD. You don't have like an A+ defender in there, but that's a better lineup. Like your worst defender in that lineup in the regular season is probably LeBron, right? I think we can all agree with that. DeRozan and Braun does not make sense together in the starting lineup. You let DeRozan just eat off the bench. I can kind of get behind that. Like, that's what I would do probably. But again, I'm fully recognizing that Rob Pelinka is the general manager of our basketball club, and they're probably going to offer him the starting spot. If we get Grant, what we need, what would be the need for Vando? Vando would still be the best perimeter defender on the team. So I think honestly the question would be, if we get Grant, what would be the need for Rui? I think Rui's the guy that you're like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. And I think Rui would be the guy that you're sending out in the trade to Portland. But yeah, that's where I'm at, right? Like, okay, so let's talk about this. Austin Reeves, Max Christie. This is hypothetical, right? This is hypothetical. I'm going off of the idea you guys threw out. Austin Reeves, Max Christie, LeBron, Jeremy Grant, AD is your starting 5. Cool. Off the bench, it's DeMar DeRozan, Don Kinnack, Jared Vanderbilt, and you need a backup point and a backup big. Where we at? That kind of moves me. I'm not going to lie. You have legitimate scoring punch off the bench. You have the shooting with Kinect. You have the A+ perimeter defender in Vando. Now we need the backup big, and we need a backup point. And I think them giving Max the deal they gave Max, I think they're going to throw Max into the fire a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Maybe not necessarily being a starter, but Max is going to play a lot next season because he has to, and the financial commitment they just made to Max. They'll probably bring back Spencer. Would have been, okay, Spencer Dinwiddie's your backup point guard. And then you have Bronny, obviously. So, okay, who's the backup center now? Time Lord in the trade with Jeremy Grant. I think Portland probably asked for both picks. Maybe I'm tripping. Braun literally said, I'll bet you $20 million you can't do it. That's funny. Major props to that. Major props to that one. That was funny. What's up, P-Bar Badger? What's up, guy? What's up, guys? If you guys are new, please, once again, subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe here on Playback. Yeah, gonna do a lot more streams here in the future. I might join back later on tonight. Who knows? Let's retweet this out one more time. Man, this is kind of a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. The Clay news. Give Castleton a shot to back up. I'm not gonna lie. Braun probably says holla at y'all. I mean, like, granted, I think all LeBron's options to leave are kind of off the table, which like signify Braun is staying in LA. Braun's not going anywhere. Muhammad Diarra, welcome to the rotation. Jeez, are we that down bad? Clay would have been such a good fit, man. Bro, I literally just finally talked myself into getting Klay Thompson. And as soon as I talk myself into us getting Klay leaves. That's nice. That's nice. How likely is that you think the Lakers will run it back with the same roster? I'm starting to get 50-50. I'm starting to get 50-50 just because I could totally see the Lakers internally going, it was Darvin Ham's fault, guys. Trust. JJ Redick, here, you work with this. And here, we'll give you a backup big. I could so see continuity. All right, continuity. I could so see the Lakers doing that. I'm like 50-50 now. And maybe that's just because I don't trust the front office like at all. But I can completely see them doing that. Is there a chance that LeBron looks at sign and trade possibilities? Where, though? Where? Because Golden State, nah, I don't think so. That would legitimately be hilarious. So, like, Bron and Rich Paul force Bronny to LA and Bron just ups and leaves. That would be hilarious, admittedly. Does the rumor of the Lakers offering more than Dallas? Wait, LA offered more than Dallas? No way. Chat, can anybody confirm? No shot that's real. What? What? There's no way he wanted to go to Dallas that bad. Okay, Woj said it, but he didn't specifically say LA. Can Bruce Brown be signed? Bruce Brown, no. You would have to trade for Bruce Brown. I was about to be heated, guys. I'm not going to lie. I was about to be pissed. Like, surely there is no way that that's the case. We have not gotten any news. Guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to go join Lakers Nation for a little bit. And then I'll hop back on later. I'll hop back on later for sure tomorrow. And yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe here. Make sure you guys subscribe here. And stay tuned for sure. Appreciate everybody for sure for tuning in. This was a ton of fun. Going to be doing this way more in the future. Till next, everybody. See ya, stay safe, and peace out.